ProPokeNoob? ProPokeNoob, where are you? Help! Help me! ProPokeNoob, please, relax. You must tell me where you are. Stay awake. ProPokeNoob, I must come and get you. Mustafa, away! I hate when I land in the water. Okay, I must figure out a way to find ProPokeNoob. Okay, I can't sense where his telepathy is coming from, but how can I even find him? I know. I will use my Pokemon. I choose you. Alakazam! Kazam! Alakazam, quickly, use teleport. Bring me to ProPokeNoob. Kazam! Ding! Alakazam? This is a Pokemon Center! Are you dumb? Kazam! Okay. Let's just go inside. Maybe we can find someone who can help us. Kazam! Shut up! There's no one in this Pokemon Center! Who goes in a Pokemon Center, builds one, and then doesn't go? It's not Christmas, you know? Kazam! Shut up! Okay. I will have to use my other Pokemon. I choose you, Lugia! Lugia, I know you don't have a voice very well, and I know you're a little sick, but I need you to fly me to ProPokeNoob. Okay, I probably should have did this while I was outside. Let's go, gentlemen, now! Oh, I've been searching for hours. Alakazam, can you read ProPokeNoob's telepathic powers? Kazam! You are quite useless, I must say. Lugia, have you found anything yet? This is impossible. I cannot find him, and it's starting to rain. Wait. What's that down there? Kazam! No, that's ProPokeNoob. Quickly, Lugia, use Roost. We need to get down there as quickly as possible. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Kazam! Shut up! Oh, ProPokeNoob, thank God we found you. Okay, quickly, Lugia, pick him up. We must go. Oh, God, I really gotta stop sleeping with my eyes open. Good morning, ProPokeNoob. What? Oh, Mustafa. Hi. Where am I? You're at my house. Haven't you ever been here? No, and you should know that. What am I doing here? You called for help. You look like you were not in pain. I baked you a spicy puffin. Sorry, I don't eat spicy foods. You got any Tauros meat? No. I'm sorry. That's okay. Just out of curiosity, am I okay? Yes, you're standing right now. Seriously, what has gotten into you? Why were you out there all by yourself? Well, to be quite honest, I wasn't out there by myself. I was there with the team. What happened? It all started with Friends Week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Day 5 of Friends Week. Yes, we are at the end of Friends Week, and it kind of makes me sad, but I'd like to thank all of you who put in your Pokemon, put in the reasons, and supported this, because it is a really fun thing to do, and because I've called it Season 1, obviously I will be doing it more than once. That is going to require a lot more people coming in, give me their Pokemon, and give me the support, and then we'll be able to do more than one season. So, today we have the NU team. Now, this was the other team that had some uphill struggles in the ways of what it had to do. So, as a result, you know, you're going to be seeing some crazy Pokemon, but it doesn't mean that we're any weaker. So first off, we're going to be looking at Brian Frater. Brian Frater is a Baartic. Why? Because he's fuzzy. Now, you know, I'm a pretty hairy Italian, but this guy tops me, and it's unbelievable. So we figured give him Fuzzy Crotch, the Baartic. So he's going to be running a Choice Band Swift Swim with the ability, just in case any Ludicolo's try and come in and do any funny shenanigans. Boom, outspeed. Well, not outspeed, but, you know, be faster. And he's going to be running the Choice Band, Icicle Crash, Aqua Jet, Super Power, and Stone Edge for all that extra damage. Now, of course, he's Ice typing, which makes him poor offensive. But you know what? It's okay. He'll do it fine. Next up, Dan the Man, also known as Dan, also known as Bibarel. Now, why is he a Bibarel? Mainly because he reminds us of a Bibarel. He looks really fun to hug, and he is really simple, and he's a really nice guy, and Bibarel looks nice. I'm not calling him a derp, I'm just calling him a really nice beaver. Guy. So, he's going to be running a simple leftover set with Stealth Rock, Curse, Quick Attack, and Waterfall. Max HP, max attack with the Adamant Nature. Ladies and gentlemen, it packs quite a punch. He can set up the rocks and set up a curse or two and just start nailing people. He doesn't care for speed. He cares for the power. Next up, oh, jeez, it's me. Okay, yeah, it's, yeah. I am a Ledian. Now, this was voted unanimously by my friends. I don't know why. I don't know if it's awesome in a bad sense or awesome in a really Sixth Sense. I don't know, but you know what? I like Ledian. I'm okay with Ledian. He's got some work with him. So basically what you're looking at here is an early bird leftover set with almost max HP so I don't get killed by rocks, and max speed, and I'm running Toxic, Substitute, Roost, and Bug Buzz, and it kind of reflects how I used to play as a stall player back in the very first uploads on this channel before stall was kind of destroyed by the meta. So that's what I'm running on myself. Next up, Steph Sanchez, also known as Stephanie, also known as Steph, also known as Awesomeness. She is a Chatot. Why is she a Chatot? Because she's nice and loud. And, you know, birds are nice, and they can be loud. And Chatot is extremely loud. In fact, it's booming, just like Steph. Now, that's not a bad thing. That's an awesome thing, because you know what that means? She gets to run a Choice Scarf set with the Tangled Feet, with the U-turn, the Hyper Voice, which, by the way, she's both Hyper, and she has a big booming voice, as well as the HP Flying and Heat Wave. Now, before you say anything about the hidden power flying, if you've ever use a specially offensive bird where it doesn't have Air Slash, trust me, HP Flying is very, very, very nice to use. Just do it, people. Just do it. Okay, next up, we have Richie as the Why Not. Now, why is Richie a Why Not? Because why not? That was exactly the reason that I gave. I'm like, I can't think of something for Richie, so I'm just going to have to say why not. Why? Why not? So, he's going to be running the standard Why Not set with the Shadow Tag and the Eviolite, obviously not running Telepathy, that would be a little stupid, with max HP investment, Timid Nature with some speed to outspeed certain walls, trap them in with Encore, stuff like this, screwing around with people, and you know what? Richie is kind of a trickster, and he is kind of a awesome way to get the ball rolling. He does put a lot of energy into the group of friends, so he can get the ball rolling for this group of friends. And last but not least, Mike, the Raticate. Why is he a Raticate? One, he likes Raticate, and two, he kind of looks like a rat. That kind of looks like Mike, to be perfectly honest, if you just slap his face on a Raticate body. And I'm not saying that in a mean way, like, he likes the idea of being a Raticate, so I mean, okay, be Eradicate, fine. I'm going to give you the Guts and Life Orb. And what that means is they try to status you, boom, you got extra power with that Life Orb as well. You're running Taunt, T-Wave, U-turn, and Return with a max attack, max speed, Jolly Nature. It actually packs quite a punch, and he will do a pretty decent amount of damage. So, this is the team that has had the largest uphill struggle in the whole Friends Week, and I saved it right for the end, mainly also because it includes me. But we are about to show you a battle of epic proportions, dealing with some of the most underrated Pokemon ever. Let's go see it. And as we walk out onto the grassy knoll to face our permanent fate, it was time for us to show our true strength. Just because we are a whole bunch of weird Pokemon does not mean that we cannot destroy teams, and Goo 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 brings us a team that is actually a little scary, mainly because there's a Walrein, there's a Mantine, there's a Tangela, there's a Liepard. Basically everything on this team is scary, but that's not scaring us away, especially not scaring away our lead, which is going to be Mike with the Taunt and the Thunder Wave as the Liepard leads off. Now, he's gonna go immediately for the trick on Mike. Mike now has a very heavy Iron Ball, which is not cool, but he is going to get the paralysis off on the Liepard, so even though it has Prankster, the paralysis will be nice for later for taking it out. But unfortunately, Mike gets encored into the Thunder Wave, which is not cool whatsoever, so Freighter is going to have to come out to try and threaten this thing out with a superpower, but unfortunately, the Life Orb boost is going to hurt Freighter significantly, which will matter later. Now, Freighter did not want to overpredict here. He knew Mantine was coming out, but he wants to make sure that he's making safe plays for now, because that's what you do. But Richie is now going to come out, try and trap this thing in, but Richie cannot take the hit, but luckily the second Hydro Pump misses, so now he is going to do his little shenanigans with the Destiny Bond. Now, my opponent is trying to be smart with Richie and just try and hacks him out with the Air Slash Flinch. But now, the Sleep Talk is revealed, so Richie is not stupid. On this next turn, after going for a Destiny Bond, he knows the Sleep Talk is going to happen, and he will actually encore him into the Sleep Talk. There is no stalling of Destiny Bonds on Richie. There is no stalling Richie. You cannot do that to our friends. So I am now going to make my appearance, and I'm going to fight this Liepard head-on as I go for a substitute, protecting myself, and now I can fire off a Bug Buzz. And you think I'm weak? You think I'm weak as this Pokemon? Take a look at this Bug Buzz. Boom! That's power! That is amazing! Amazing power! There's no way you're getting through that. So he encores me, and even though this looks bad, Liepard is down, and I'm very happy about this. But unfortunately, this gives his opportunity for his Mantine to come in. Now, it was a little funny because his Mantine cannot set up, so I'm like, okay, let me just fire off a Bug Buzz. What are you gonna do? Air Slash break my sub? I'll just give it off to another person. Yeah, it works, it works. But at least now I know what he wants to actually do. He's not making any double switches. So now Richie offers himself up as a sacrifice for the sake of the team, and he's going to be the first one to fall. But you know what, Richie? You did well. So now Mike is going to come back in, try and handle this thing. Air Slash hurts quite a bit, but as you will see, the Thunder Wave will cripple this thing. Hopefully hacks will be in his favor, and he'll be able to go for the taunt to stop anything from being able to rest. This thing will not be able to sleep, especially after look at that return. Even without the Life Orb, that's going to do a significant amount of damage. And the good thing is, even though Mike falls, which is unfortunately sad, the taunt is going to prevent this thing from healing off. Now, Freighter, still not over-predicting. You knew this Wall Ray was coming in. He told me he knew it was coming in. He's still going to go for the safe Icicle Crash. Still. Freighter, man. Come on. So now Dan is going to have to come in and clean up, right? Takes the Surf fairly well. He knows that was going to happen. But now, at this point, he is determining, set up rocks or set up a curse? He's going to set up rocks, as he actually gets roared out, which is good information for later. But Freighter comes back in, and third time's the charm, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to predict the Stunfisk or the Tangela switch, go for the Icicle Crash, and kaboom! This Stunfisk is in a lot of pain. Now, Freighter's on a roll here. He's going to predict that switch. He's going to predict the switch out to something else, so Dan's going to come back in, as he sees the Mantine coming right, or sees the Walrein, sorry. He thought either one of them could come in. So Walrein is going to make his appearance, and Dan is like, hey. Now what are you going to do? He's going to actually go for the curse, even though the roar is there. He needs to try and get some damage off, as a substitute is revealed. This thing is a Stall Rain. Stall Rain is amazing, and he's going to have to deal with it. But Dan is even more amazing. Going to break the quick attack, even though he knows he's going to be roared out. Not too big of a deal. Freighter's going to come back in. Freighter, you got to make the prediction. Will Walrein stand in? He says yes! And he is going to smash this thing in the face with a critical hit. As all good predictions in Friends Week are. You predict well, you get a crit as a reward. Booyah! Tangela is going to come in. Can't do much to that. He's going to have to switch out again. Wall rocks are still not up. And now, I'm going to have to make my appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, I must admit, this battle also shows off me as being a person filled with hacks. He's going to switch into the Mantine as I actually go for a substitute. Now, why would I go for a substitute? That's not actually the hacks. I don't know why I went for the substitute. This is a really stupid move on my part. I could have predicted the switch, but I really just wanted to see what is going to happen so I could help my friends and show them who should come in. Dan decides to come in. He gets Parahacks. Luckily, as you will see, because look how much this Air Slash is going to do after a quick attack. Actually, no, you will not see that yet because he goes to sleep. He goes to sleep, and Dan's kind of upset about that. So, now Dan is cursing him out, and actually, he's going to be cursing up so that he can try and take these people out. So, Mantine is going to Sleep Talk. Unfortunately, the Air Slash, which is going to do a hefty amount of damage to this Dan. But you know what, Dan? He's going to go for that quick attack. He saw 23% before. He's 49% now. Almost a 2-hit KO. Just almost. But he expected that. Now the rest does happen, which makes him have a chance of actually taking this thing out. But the funny thing is, after this quick attack, doesn't kill him, but this thing doesn't go to sleep. He goes for the Air Slash, which is kind of interesting. So Dan's like, okay, well, let me just take him out with another quick attack. And that's going to be the end of this Mantine, the pain in the butt Mantine. So that's fantastic. So now what's going to end up happening is he's going to send in his Tangela. Now, Dan can't really touch this, and we were kind of hoping to get rid of this, to be quite honest, in order for Dan to sweep. But now I'm going to have to send myself in, as I know the Sleep Powder is coming, and I have the early bird, so I have a very big chance of waking up. Unfortunately, I do not on this first turn, and he's going to go for the Leech Seed. I am trying to get a Toxic on this wall to help the team out. If I could do that, it'll be amazing. This is where my true colors show. Of course I would hit the Toxic, because for some reason I'm going crazy and thinking something else otherwise is happening. But he's going to knock off my leftovers, which kind of blows. So now, I believe I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz as he switches out into the Stunfisk. Or I predict this switch. Do I predict this switch? I can't even remember what I did. I go for the Roost. That's right. Keep my survivability. Now is the problem. Okay? This is where I blow it. I miss the Toxic. Of course I would miss the Toxic. And now rocks are up, which dooms the rest of my team because they're so low or weak to rocks. And on top of that, I have to hit a second Toxic, giving the Stunfisk all this recovery. And on top of that, hits me with Discharge and paralyzes me. Dear God, what is wrong with me? Why do I get so much hacks here? It's, That was big hacks. That was big hacks, as you will see later on. And now my friends are going to throw even more. I don't get why they're so dumb. Why do they do this? Steph comes in, goes for the Hyper Voice, which is very good, gets the crit, which is going to be even nicer. Fantastic. I'm really happy about that. But then she makes the absolute dumbest move, and I don't get why she makes this dumbass move, but she switches out. You could have stayed in, take a Sucker Punch, and then try and get as much damage as possible. The game was over. We just needed to try our best to try and hack this thing out to death. Maybe you could have taken 2 Sucker Punches. Who knows? Why would you give it to Freighter? He's Choice Bandit. He's going to die. Your Choice Scarf. He's going to die. Dan can't do much. He has no health. What the hell is wrong with you people? Like, honestly. I can't watch this thing. I gotta go. I can't watch this. This is so dumb. You're all dumb. Get out of my friends list. Seriously. After that, I yelled at my friends, and they all left me to basically be in pain in the rain. I couldn't get up and get myself out of there. So, that's how you found me there, and I figured the only person who could really help me was you. You are a legend. Look, ProPokeNoob. You're not the greatest battler in the world. Oh, thanks a lot. I mean, half your uploads are just god-awful. Thank you! I get it, okay? Can you just get to the point? Okay, look, even though you're not the great battler, you still have quite a bit of potential. I mean, you have impressed us with quite a bit, and especially since you've impressed me. As being your master, I think you should not give up on this. You know what? You have a point. Your friends need you, okay? Your friends need to know that they can win they need to win in a battle, and they need you to lead them to glory. Do you understand me? I do, Mustafa. Thank you. It's okay. And by the way, do you feel like you're in a Japanese anime right now? A very bad one. Okay, very good. It's not just me. Good luck, ProPokeNoob. Thank you, Mustafa. I will not let you down. And after Mustafa's speech, I knew I had to go back out there and apologize to my friends. And they gave me one last chance. It was up to this. It was down to this very last battle to prove my friendship to them and to have to help them through this. And that's in order to win, we have to stay united, stay together, because that is what friends do. They stay together and they help one another. So today, LJ Style came out and he challenged us. This is when we really knew we had to work. This team is threatening. These Pokemon are threatening. And we are the small people. We are basically the underdogs, so to speak, even though we have no dogs. It comes down to this. Dan decided to lead it off for us. And Dan is going to show his power against this stun tank. Even though he didn't know the taunt was coming. It's okay. Dan is still not concerned. There's no time to panic. We cannot panic from any mistakes. The pursuit is going to happen as the waterfall takes this thing to half. Fantastic. Now, Dan didn't want to stay in. He thought he would just probably go for a harder hit, but instead, he's still pursuit trapped, which is kind of interesting. So now he's going to have to switch. He has to see switching out anyways, but we're going to go into Mike. Now, Mike is going to try and take this thing down with a return. Oh my god, Mike, with your life orb, you are powerful. Now, unfortunately, Aftermath is going to occur, which is going to bring him fairly low, but that's okay. But now the Chinchino comes in, and this is where we have to start foddering, because we have no idea who can take hits from this Chinchino. So Freighter was going to be the first sacrificial lamb for the sake of the team, as that actually just goes for U-turn, brings out the sock. Now, Freighter has a very good idea. Break the sturdy and let him die for a very particular reason. He is going to pass this off to Richie, which was a fantastic display of teamwork. Fantastic. Richie's going to come in. He sees the close combat, takes it to the face, and retaliates with that big counter, doing about, I think, 300-400 damage, and that sock is not surviving. That is one threat taken out. The next threat being this Chinchino. Richie needs to save himself. He's going to get out of here, and I, being the big bug that I am going to be the next sacrificial lamb. I don't want anyone else taking multi-hits from this thing, but the Alolan is going to come in. Now, I know the Toxic is coming. I'm going to go for the substitute. If this really is the standard set, the Toxic is coming. Yes! Dodge the Toxic. My doll's a little dirty, but I'll clean that off later. Now, I'm going to go for the Toxic, and if he's really the standard set, he's going to go for Waterfall or Scald, whichever one he wants. He actually has Waterfall. Fantastic. So what this means is, this Alolan is crippled, even though it has Regenerator. It's going to switch out right now. Brings it back into Chinchino. I'm just going to go for Substitute, and I knew at this point I had to face my fate. It was for the good of the friends. I accepted this, and I made this as the ultimate price of my friendship. I let myself fall once again to rocks in the face being blasted at me. But now Richie's going to have to try and threaten things out, but he makes a really good move. He says, let me get hit. He's not going to go for multi-hit. He's going to go for U-turn, which means that counter will hurt whatever comes out. But the opponent makes an excellent play, brings it into a Lomamola, who has a ton of health. and is going to be able to take that hit. Now, he goes for the Toxic on Richie, predicting something like a Destiny Bond or counter, I guess, for the Waterfall, but it does mean that Richie is going to stay here, go for the Encore because he knows the wish is going to happen, and even though he's going to fall, for the sake of the team, this Alomomola has been crippled, which means that if it stays in, it's going to die. So knowing this, he's going to want to preserve it. Mike's going to go for the Thunder Wave on the switch, which catches the Sawsbuck. Yes, Mike! You brilliant rodent. Now he's going to go for the U-turn. Look at that damage. And I'm assuming that the Sawsbuck did not expect to take that much, because when Steph comes in, it's going to go for the Swords Dance. Now, if I had gone for the return, that probably would have cleaned that out. I mean, Mike, it's okay, because Steph's going to come in. Look at this. Chichino's going to come out, thinking that it's a Nasty Plot hit. No, I'm faster. I am scarfed. Bye-bye. Steph, I'm sorry for yelling at you before. You're doing a fantastic job. Now, Dan is going to be the next sacrificial lamb, as actually the HP fire happens, which means that, okay, well, Dan can just, he could have gone for rocks, truly, but I mean, not at this point. He's just going to go for the quick attack, test the waters, see if he's going to maybe go for a Spore. But no, just go straight for the Giga Drain. That's fine. Dan, take a rest. It's okay. Now, Mike, you beautiful man. You and Steph need to take this team down. Of the Regenerator core, which is the pain in the butt core, Amoonguss predicts the taunt, goes for the Giga Drain, but Mike is just going to paralyze this son of a gun, and that is just to make sure that we can handle it a little bit easier later. He wants to keep the taunt on. The return is actually doing a decent amount. Even though he's on his last bit of life, he's still getting haxed, and this is a big thing. Now he's just going to go for a taunt, making sure that spores cannot happen, since Steph might not be able to kill it with an HP flying. But ladies and gentlemen, it's going to come down to this. This Amoonguss is going to try and survive, as well as the Alomomola against Steph. The Chatot, the Scarf Chatot, going to go for the HP flying. Critical hit! Yes! That's going to take it out, and that has secured me in the match. Alomomola is toxic. We are all going to do this. Steph, I'm really sorry for yelling at you, but you just took 4 out of 6 Pokemon out on this team, and you have made this a successful run up to now. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, friends. This has been Friends Week. Comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this series. Please leave some love in the comments, in the likes, in the subscriptions if you guys are just seeing this now, because this is a series that will be continuing. This is something I want to keep going. And we're going to need more friends. And the more friends we have, the longer it can be, the better it can be, and it will just be equally exciting. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next upload. Until then, peace.